On behalf of the World Bank Group, I would like to thank the government of the Republic of Mauritius for hosting this African Ministerial Conference on Ocean Economy and Climate Change, and all the delegates for traveling to Mauritius to participate and contribute to this deliberation. I wish especially to thank the Right Honorable Prime Minister of Mauritius for coming to open this conference, for his commitment all along the preparation the last several months, and the Honorable Xavier Luc Duval, Deputy Prime Minister, for really co-chairing this conference and its preparation until the last minute. As we will hear from countries, companies, and scientists participating in this conference, oceans are vital for Africa's development, prosperity, and for the regulation of the planetary climate. Just a couple of facts that complement what Mr. Duval already provided you. About 1/3 of Africa's population lives on the coast, while oceans are drivers for growth, prosperity, and poverty reduction. Over 50% of West Africa GDP is created on the coastal areas. This is a high figure, and I'm pretty sure that His Excellency, the Prime Minister of Togo, whom we have been discussing with the government of Togo for many years, how important the coastal, and the same thing with Cote d'Ivoire, the same thing with Mozambique, the same thing with Tanzania, for creation, for really different smart growth. And that's why the need to protect the coastal side from erosion. The employment multiplier effect of the fishery sectors are remarkable. For every fisherman or fisherwoman job, you can have around 1.04 additional onshore crop created in a country like Mauritius, or 3 jobs created in Guinea or Senegal, illustrating the potential for further job creation through the value chain development and therefore contributing to poverty reduction. This is why the President of the World Bank, Dr. Kim, launched together with the President of Togo, Gabon, Senegal, and the Prime Minister of Sao Tome and Principe at COP21 in Paris last November, the Africa Climate Business Plan. This was the first time where the African leaders decided to focus the discussion on climate change by saying, Africa has a voice, it has an agenda, it has a plan, let's talk about it. What was very important, we were able to put together a plan of $19 billion for the African continent to foster climate action. It includes dedicated focus on climate-smart ocean economies and coastal resilience, and chart a way to finance those plans worth around $1 billion. We from the World Bank, through our concessional funding, IDA, we commit to provide funding for the country to be able really to address the issue of resilience, coastal erosion, and climate-smart activities. So my first expectation for this conference is that all participants become more aware of the importance of elevating African ocean, coasts, and seas in climate action, in particular climate adaptation. We see more storm, we see more flood, we see more drought, and it's very important for the African continent to take the leadership by raising their voice, by saying climate adaptation is as important as the issue of mitigation. This has lacked in the past. With the exception of few initiatives and action by organizations, and in particular the FAO and the World Bank Group, we have not seen a lot of action on ocean development and ocean protection. We have some of the tools, experience, and finance already available to help countries make transition to climate resilient inclusiveness and a blue growth reality. However, we need to enhance our knowledge base and allocation of more domestic and international funding. And let's be aware that millions of African livelihoods are dependent on the ocean and coast, and that huge physical assets are located on the coast. And ocean and coast are under severe threat from overuse, pollution, coastal erosion, unplanned land use, and climate change. This conference here, this ministerial conference, can raise greater awareness and contribute to greater focus on sustainable ocean economy at COP22 and beyond. My second expectation is that countries, whether they are small island, developing state, or coastal state, develop their ocean economy, they should do this in a way that incorporates climate change consideration. For example, coast must be protected using not only gray, but also green infrastructure. Seaport design needs to be adapted so it's more resilient to climate change and does not cause erosion. Alternative energy sources that are harness the power and temperature of the sea need to be developed. In a nutshell, ocean economy development must be climate smart. This will contribute to the implementation of the Sustainable Development Goal 13 on the climate action, SDG 14 on the life below water, the Paris Agreement on climate change, not to mention Agenda 2030 for sustainable development. At the request of the government of Mauritius, a Mauritius communiqué on climate smart economy has been drafted for your consideration. A member of the World Bank team, my colleague Patrick, will be working with the drafting group today with a few of you to make sure that this communiqué will be adopted by the end of the day, reflect the country's views and your priorities. Once the communiqué and the declaration is adopted, it will be submitted by the government of Mauritius to France, the current COP21 chair, and the Kingdom of Morocco, the incoming COP22. It will be also useful input to the Africa Union Summit on Maritime Safety and Development hosted by Togo, and that will be an important aspect to boost this agenda. Separately, we will produce co-chair summary, which will capture the proceeding of these 2 days that will also be sent to all relevant players in the sector. Let me thank you once again and assure you that the World Bank Group stands ready to expand its support to African countries, working with all partners to unlock the opportunity in the ocean economy in a way that is sustainable. Thank you.